Road to Olympia with our eye on Olympia this morning. We have our political correspondent Jason Mercier in studio with us, and as always we're just going to get right down to it. And this sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a hot topic issue. Why is the governor currently negotiating pay raises with state employees in secret?
So top secret, no trespassing are not words you want to hear when it comes to investments being made with your tax dollars. But that's what's happening right now. The governor's office is currently negotiating with the state employee unions behind closed doors, in secret, no public, no press, no lawmakers can learn the details until they reach an agreement on pay raises. Then once that agreement is reached, the legislature can't make any changes to it. All they can do is say yes or no, or start over again. This has not always been the case, as we've only been doing this since 2002. And prior to that, all these decisions were made in the legislative budget process. So you had the trade-offs, you had public access, and many states don't do it this way either. They think that this should be an open process to find out how our tax dollars are being invested. So there have been some efforts to try to do this. It's been met with opposition, but you're starting to hear more people say we shouldn't be doing this in secret.
Interesting, yes, something of course we'll continue to follow. And now moving to the budget revenue, what's happened this week with the state budget revenue forecast?
So some good news for budget writers. We saw about a $308 million increase in what they expected in revenue. So you add that to the existing revenue, that's about $3 billion more lawmakers will have next year, 8% increase. That's pretty good healthy revenue increase. The challenge is that there's still always the potential for a recession, and we have what's happening with the Supreme Court and education spending. So good news, but take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. We still have a big budget fight coming.
Right, absolutely. So how does Washington compare nationally in the tax burden? So
the National Tax Foundation put out their rankings of all the states, and Washington is fairly average. We rank 26 when you look at total tax burden. But unfortunately, we're the highest in the country on several taxes. And for your sports team, you want to be number one,
sure,
not so much on taxes. So when it comes to your cell phone, you're paying the highest tax in the country. When it comes to your liquor purchases, the highest in the country. And we have what's called a death tax for certain estates. So when an individual dies, that estate owes tax on basically their death. That's the highest in the country as well. On the good news, we have the best non-income tax rate, 0. There's no income tax burden. We'd like to see it stay that way, but keep an eye on Olympia because we'll see how they change those rankings.
That's right, and you can keep your eye right here for all of that news because Jason Mercier always bringing us the very latest from Olympia. We thank you for being with us this morning, and we'll be back right after the break.